Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Friday, July 21st. A little bit on the markets first though. The Dow was down 29 points today. Home Depot took most of that hit. It seems that SHLD, Sears, is going to start selling Kenmore washers and appliances on Amazon. So HD possibly getting Amazon here, and that was the down 4% for the day and causing the Dow not to make the record high. The NASDAQ was up 4 points for the day, and the S&P 500 was off by a fraction. On a side note, Elon Musk, his tunneling company, it's called Boring, has a government approval to build underground Hyperloop from New York City to Washington, D.C. Elon says that the Hyperloop, the trip would take about half an hour. So that's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at the futures overnight. Basically, we're flat right now. The NASDAQ futures are down about 4. The S&P futures are down about 1 1/4. And the Dow futures are, the S&P futures are up 1 1/4, excuse me. And the Dow futures are up about 4 points on the Dow futures. You have plenty of conference calls for tomorrow. This is Friday, July 21st, and this is from earningscast.com. And if you listen to some of your conference calls, this is the place you want to go. You see a listing and the times of all the earnings conference calls. Okay, so after the bell today, we had ISRG, Microsoft, Visa, eBay, BMI, E-Trade Financial, MXIM, and Capital One Financial all report earnings. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the after hours reaction on some of those. We'll start out with ISRG, and you see we had a nice pop in that, and then we pulled back from the gains in ISRG after hours. Microsoft, we had a nice pop in Microsoft, and then the sell-off on Microsoft. So those two didn't hold gains after hours. Visa also popped on the earnings news and then sold off. And next one up is eBay, and that popped and then sold off. So I'm showing you a theme here with some of these earnings calls. BMI, that one held its gains in after hours on BMI. Scientific and Technical Instruments, BMI. ETFC, this popped and held most of its gains after hours. MXIM popped and gave back all its gains and closing at the lows. Semiconductor. And Capital One Financial popped, held its gains. So those were some of the earnings that came out after the bell. And next we'll look at who's reporting earnings tomorrow. We have General Electric, Colgate, CL, HBAN, KSU, which is Kansas City Southern, which is a railroad, Schlumberger, SLB, and that's some of the bigger names. And then you see ALV, BLX, VLRS, MCO, RF, and WBS, all reporting earnings tomorrow before the bell. Top gainers for the day: KALA, AVA, SRPT, TEUM, AEZS, HPJ, DFFN, and SYNT were some of your top gainers for the day. Some top losers for the day: HZO, FMSA, POOL, Pool, IRWD. And you see the percentages they were down for the day. And for our unusual options activity, we had unusual call activity in CNQ, DAL, eBay, GILD, HOLX, SBUX, SPLK, and TOO. For the put action, CAT, CAT, Deere, DE, FireEye, HOG, Harley Davidson, T, AT&T, and that was on the put activity. Alright, so that's some of your options activity, and that's brought to you by the Trade Exchange, their nightly newsletter, and they also do a morning newsletter. Some news that came out after the bell. We had ZN, Zion oil and gas drilling operations exceeded 1 mile depth in Israel. And I'll go ahead and show you the action in that. After hours, ZN. Whoops, ZN. This one popped and it's holding its gains in after hours. And it's approximately 8:25 my time. So it popped here, and we'll see how the trading is going to be in that ZN. So that'll be on watch for tomorrow. Let's see. Amazon took a little bit of a hit, but bounced, but recovered. It dropped down to about 1,006, and then popped right back up to 1,025. And this was Amazon volume drop. Allegations of discounting. FTC is going to be looking into that. So Amazon fell on that news. AEZS. AEZS was up and after hours. Okay, we got a nice pop in AEZS. AEZS forms Strategic Review Committee and appoints Michael Ward as CEO. So that was the news that popped AEZS and after hours. Amazon we went over. You see some of the other news that came out. Okay, this is what I'm looking for right now. Insider purchases after hours. TWN, 10% owner, City of London, purchased over 27,000 shares at 2020. Syndicate news. ANY filed Form F3. LMT filed Form S3. SBLK Form F3. And SYRS filed Form S3. The ZN news we went over already. So that was some of the news that came out after the bell. And we'll get this right out of your way. And we're going to go right into the Friday watch list. First one up is APVO. And this also had news after the bell. And let me see if I can find that news for you. APVO, APVO Therapeutics and Alligator Bioscience announced plans to co-develop novel bispecific antibody for tumor-direct immunotherapy. Alright, so that popped in after hours on that news. So APVO goes on the watch list for tomorrow. CAPR holding up above the 5 EMA. And so this one, is holding its gains and in this nice flag. So CAPR will be on watch tomorrow. CYTR, looking this under $1 name, looking for that break of 65 cents. DFFN had news today and popped over 6 million shares traded. So I'll be watching this one intraday tomorrow. ENPH holding this 80 cents. Looking for it to take out about 87 cents, see if we get a continuation move in this semiconductor name. Next one up is ESES. Nice pop today, so we'll watch this one on intraday. 1.9 million shares traded, but you see it likes to pop up to the 300 SMA, which is the orange line you see right here. So we hit it here, and now we're hitting it again. So for me, this would have to get over that $1.75 spot on ESES. GRUB, nice looking daily here. Looking for that 46 break. You see some shadow candles here. 46.12 was the high today. So if we can take out 46.15, we could get a continuation move on GRUB. Next one up is KTOV. Coming up off the bottom, not a favorite. Has the 100 SMA in the way. It hit it here, and now we're coming up to it. It is a solid candle, so we'll see. And after hours, this was up to $1.85, so it did trickle further up in after hours. MBOT, this one had 3.2 million shares traded, and looks like they're trying to get it over the 20 SMA, maybe $1.38. So $1.40 might send this one. So just remember, you have $1.50 natural resistance up there, and so MBOT with that volume pop today is going to be on watch. I'm sure a lot of traders are going to be watching this one, so there'll be a lot of eyes on it. MBRX, looking for that $2 break. You see we pulled back to the 5 EMA here. You know, volume was a little bit light on the pullback, which is what you want to see, but kind of a, you know, indecisive candle here. So it would have to get over, you know, $2 to maybe become interesting. NVAX holding its gains. We had the high today on NVAX of $1.54, so I'd want that $1.55, $1.56 to get taken out. 11 million shares traded. OPGN, yesterday the CEO did a purchase of like over 1 million shares in the name, so big volume in the name today, but didn't get very far. So we'll see if we can take out that 40 cents and try to get above this 13 EMA, which is currently at 42 cents. So if you want to wait for 42 cents to be cleared on OPGN, that might be the wiser thing to do. SNGX, this is a nice daily chart shaping up, but it has to get over this 200 SMA. So I would wait for it to clear, you know, that $3 spot. The 200 SMA is $2.95, so I would wait another nickel more, let it clear $3, and maybe you get a nice continuation move. Next one up is TEUM. This had news this morning and held most of the gains, over almost 4 million shares traded. And the high today was $1.37, so we're looking for like $1.38, $1.40 to get taken out. Just remember that $1.50 is natural resistance, so keep your eye on that. And it likes to play games around $1.50. It was doing it in these last few candles back here, so you know, but could get interesting if you can get over that $1.50. I know it's at $1.15 now. If you want to try it a little bit sooner, you know, maybe if it gets over $1.25 for tomorrow. TEUM. TXMD, this one had an upgrade, price target $10. For the life of me, I can't remember who upgraded it after hours, but it was upgraded. Hang on, I'll see if I can find it. 1 second. Okay, for TXMD, it was Deutsche Bank that started TXMD at a buy with a $10 price target. And it closed at 5.37, traded as high as $5.60 in the after hours. VNCE, this one looking for this kind of like push up above the fast moving averages here, and we have a high of 63 cents, so 65 cents might be enough to get this one going on VNCE. Next one up is VSTM. Had a pop today. 1.4 million shares traded, so I'll watch this one intraday. WDAY, this daily chart is setting up. We have buyers come in at the 10 SMA, so if you like these bigger names, I would watch this one to see if it can clear this 104 area on workday. If you want to try it a little bit sooner, the high of the day today was 103.51, so over 103.51, and then you could probably use maybe like a $102 break as your stop. The low of this candle is 101.73, so if you want to use that low of this candle for your stop, you can do that too. WWE is one that we spoke about in the previous couple of videos. We said if it got over 2105, it could pop, and it did pop, and I did get this one. Now we're looking for it to continue through this 2150. You see these topping tails here, but I think if it can get back over 2150, you might get a fresh start and a new entry on that one, or you can wait for maybe a pullback to about $21 if you want to do that. XGTI, this one's over the 200 SMA and holding above the 200 SMA. The natural resistance line now is at 250, so we're looking for it to take out that 250 now. ZN I spoke about, I showed you the after hours action, and so we're looking for this one to, you know, set up for us intraday in the morning if it doesn't just, you know, automatically gap up. So keep this one on your watch, ZN. All right, that's it for me for Zozo Stock Watch. I'm sorry about the hoarse voice. Played a softball game, so there's a little yelling going on. So that's why my voice is a little raspy. All right, thank you very much for watching and all your support on the YouTube. Please retweet these videos. This one was short and sweet, but you know, we do a video on over the weekend. We do Let's Get Ready for the Week Ahead, and we'll also be doing another Stocks to Watch video for over the weekend too, to get you ready for Monday. All right, thank you everybody for your support. Watch out for those videos coming out on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you so much for your support.